just make a quick tier list on all the 8 teams and also the players which play in the MSI tournament. I know, just as every league video, this might be controversial in a way, and I also will admit right now that I'm not as, I don't know the players as well as I knew them years ago, but I still try to be fair, and especially from the, honestly, maybe I will leave the qualifying teams out, and yeah, let's just rate the main stage teams. I say let's start with the main stage with the teams for now. So this is AL Day 1 LPL, the Chinese league. This team looks pretty good, pretty good. In I will talk a bit about the players later, but first of all, how cool is this logo? Like, if you look at all the logos, maybe this looks also kind of cool. And T1 I also like, but this is the coolest logo by far. So yeah, I think this team is A tier. Then we have BLG, another Chinese team. Guys, even though they are second place in China, they are still insane as hell. Like, none of the European or NA teams could ever do something against them. I think they also beat G230. So there's miles between those teams. But because AL won in the finals, they are in front of BLG in my opinion. Okay, CFO, honestly, I don't know pretty much anything about this team. It's from PCS. I can't even rate this, honestly. I mean, like, usually the minor regions were D tier, but the gaps are closing at least a bit, I would say. So maybe we put them into C tier for now. FlyQuest, solid team. First place NA team. They look very good. I mean, they got to 5 games against Genji in Worlds, and they still have the same lineup. So this could be an upset. This team is able to make an upset, maybe. Also, their logo is kinda cool too. I never noticed. This is a Q also, and it's a leaf. Yeah, that's also a pretty cool logo. Yeah, so to me they are B tier. This team is out. This team is also out. Genji, okay guys, like, it's every year is the same at MSI and at Worlds. Everyone says Genji best team, and then somehow they still manage to not win it all, even though last year they won MSI, but at Worlds they choked again. So, but still, if you're realistic about this game, Genji is clearly the favorite to win it all. They went 18-0 in LCK, which is absolutely insane, especially for the skill level right now. It's absolutely crazy. So yeah, they are clearly the favorite to win it all. And then we have G2O. They were hiding here. Honestly, realistically, I would even put them behind FlyQuest, because they don't really look good. Just the players don't really fit together, I feel like, and let's be honest, they only made it to main stage because caps is just smurfing all the time. Like if G2 wouldn't have caps, I say they would be 5th or 6th place team maybe. So yeah, no real hopes in G2, and their first game is against Gen G, so it doesn't really look too good. Then we have Koi, so they beat G2 in the finals and they look pretty good. But I still would say B tier, but slightly better than FlyQuest. They look very good, and I feel like the Fearless draft really benefits them, especially their top laner. He always picks weird stuff, and for him, or for players like him, Fearless draft is perfect, because he has a champion pool. There are some players that are insane but can only play certain champs, and yeah, Fearless draft, by the way, I'm such a fan of Fearless draft. I think that's the best change they made in the last 10 years. Like cinema wise, it's just so nice to not see the same champs every game. I remember back, I don't know when it was, 2019 or 2020, or someone else, somewhere else. It was always Azir versus Corki, Azir versus Corki, Azir versus Corki, every fucking game, man. Yeah, so I'm very happy about Fearless Draft. And yeah, now T1, guys, first of all, I will admit I'm a T1 fanboy, but to my excuse, I was from the second one before they even won their first worlds. I already liked them because of the one certain player, which is just iconic, but we will talk about it later. So to me, T1 on paper has no chance against Genji, but the last two games, they looked insane. One of their players unlocked a secret buff. I will talk about that later. He unlocked a secret buff. And like this team always looks like it has problems going into bigger tournaments, and then suddenly they just win. They won Worlds twice in a row without even being the favorite. And it's just one of those teams when it comes to stage games and the pressure of international tournaments, they always seem to step up for some reason. So I will definitely put them in front of BLG. You could argue maybe this because T1, honestly, let's do it like this, because they just, the meme, or most of you league players will know it, that T1 is known for beating Chinese teams. So I will put them even in front of AL, honestly. Don't hate me for this, but it's just how I see it. Okay, so now let's get to the players. Again, about, I don't know, like a lot about each player. The ones I know well, I will talk more about, but there are a lot which I don't even know. For example, like half the AL lineup, these three, I can't even really tell anything about them. But yeah, this guy's called Flandre. Pretty solid top laner overall. Yeah, I mean, it's not like the craziest, but probably the best. Maybe I would say it's the second best player. So by the way, guys, imagine there's a line here, right? And now the players come. So yeah, Flandre is solid top laner. I would say A tier, but nothing too crazy. let's do it like this. Let's make this tier. I'm a noob and that's why I don't know those players. So, no, I mean noob, but you know, I don't really watch LPL. Very rarely, maybe the finals, but I don't know, I don't watch as much anyway, and usually I just watch Korea because they are the best league, and Europe because it's Europe, and sometimes NA because the Twitch chat of the NA games are the funniest in my opinion. The American chat is so funny. Always makes me laugh with the copy pastes and stuff like this. So yeah, but unfortunately that's why I don't know anything about these players, but I guess they have to be good if they won LPL, you know. So this guy, I clearly know this guy, and to me this is a no-brainer. This guy's S tier. He seems to be in a new team every year, or at least that's how it feels like. And every time the team this guy is in appears at MSI or appears at Worlds, like no matter in what team this guy is, they always skyrocket. His name is Tarzan, and I'm a huge fan of this player. I already was when he still played in Griffin. You know, that was such an interesting story also with the team. And this guy is just insane, and I don't know why he swapped to LPL, but I guess they pay maybe more money. But yeah, this guy is such an insane player. He can play like every champ. He played Z jungle in the finals, which isn't like in the meta right now. It's not something ultra special. It was played several times before, but it's still a crazy pick which not every jungler will pick just because it's meta, because you still have to know how to play it. And yeah, this guy just whips out the Z in finals and fucking smurfs it. Insane player. This actually unironically might be the best jungler in the tournament. But let's go on for first and then maybe. So yeah, BLG, I know all of them. This has been, so this clearly to me is the best LPL top laner, even though he's struggled very slightly in the last games. I still consider him being the best top laner from LPL, and definitely S tier. And I also kind of like him. He also likes UFC. He also likes watching fighting, and he always wants to arm wrestle other players. And he just, not only in the game he smurfs on them, he also smurfs in arm wrestling. Yeah, funny guy, and just insane player. This guy's called Bin. I don't know if I mentioned it. This guy's called Beishuan. Honestly, I can't tell much about it. I just watched him now in the play-ins and in finals. He looks solid, but nothing too crazy, so I will put him into A tier. Knight. Oh my god, man, this guy is crazy. He is good, but then again, he lost to Faker in the finals, and he also lost to AL. So I would put him into A tier mid laner. Yeah, that's fine. This is Elk, the 80s carry of BLG. Very good player, very good player. Like, especially in the finals, even though they were losing the game, I remember his Kai'Sa spacing was so crazy, man. honestly, I would put this guy into S tier. This guy is crazy, crazy good. And his support is like, I don't want to put all the PLG players in S tier, but man, these three. Oh, maybe I don't want to overhype this on guy, but these two have to be S tier. Guys, please don't hate me for my opinion. You know, I don't know everything, and maybe I misjudge some players, and you're very welcome to share your thoughts with me on the tier list, or maybe if you can tell me how good these guys are, I would appreciate it. So CFO again, guys. I'm sorry, I don't know. I think I know one player of them. He's called Doggo. He's 80s carry, but I don't know which of the guys he is. But the Doggo guy is pretty good. Okay, now FlyQuest. So Whippo, like, this guy is very, very underrated. I think he's very smart. I almost want to put him into A tier, but then again, you have to stay realistic. So I will put him into B tier. By the way, I have to individually rate those players also, but I think here this is fine for now. Maybe this guy in the front, at the front, maybe like this. Whippo, huge game knowledge, huge experience, big champions pool, just knows a lot about the game, and also has some interesting weird picks which always surprise enemies. But yeah, overall it's just like the Asians just have so much better mechanics. It is what it is, you know. Now this guy is A tier. This guy is called Inspired. This is by far the best jungler in NA, and to me, from all the European and NA junglers, clearly the best one. Clearly. Maybe even better than Beishwan. I don't know this guy as well. But this guy, like, I would say he and Bwipo are the main reasons why this team is even so successful in the first place. Also, huge champion pool, huge game knowledge, confidence, like, just a good overall package, you know. Yeah, cool, pretty cool player. If you don't know maybe anything about him and want to watch nice gameplay, you can watch Inspired Viego Pentakill. I mean, it's not the craziest pentakill, but because in a way it's also, you know, 200 years riot. Because back then Viego he's still insane in my opinion, but back then it was just crazy. But yeah, this is where I would put him. Yeah, this quad guy, honestly, solid mid laner, but then again, also never really, like, there was never a moment where I thought, oh my god, this guy is so crazy, you know. Honestly, I think I would put the entire FlyQuest team, except of this guy, into B. They work a lot, you know. They play a lot of scrim. They really practice. They put in the hours, how Whippo would say. Yeah, it's just a solid team overall, and none of them are superstars, but they are all very good, and that's why I would put them all into B tier. Like, yeah, they all have their moments. So yeah, I left out this. Okay, Broken Blade, guys. There was a time where I would have put this guy into A tier, but just based on MSI alone, right now, I would put him into C tier. I have no problem this tournament, and that's why I'm sorry. Even though I like him, he will be in C tier for now. Okay, this Skumont guy. Look, I don't know if this guy is insane and just doesn't really fit in G2 as a team, or if he's just mid because he never really, he never did something where I was like, oh my god, Skumont. It's not like, for example, this guy, he had me drop my jaw several times, with picks and stuff like that. He brought out the fiddlesticks or Nunu, and this guy's just like, it feels like when they are winning, he's good at continue winning, but if they're losing, he will never be the guy that makes that one play that stands out, So honestly, I mean, even though it's EU, I don't want to be biased because it's my region. So now I will be a little bit biased though, maybe, but Caps is the greatest EU player ever, and I would put him one place behind Knight. This guy, I love his personality. I love that he's still so passionate about the game after all these years. This guy solo carried G2 and also Fnatic several times. I really like this player, and I say it's a bit like this Tarzan guy. Every team this guy would join would automatically be top 3, Yeah, really cool player, and his dad is super cool too. His dad is his biggest fan, and he's always in the arena watching the games. Very wholesome, I like it. I wonder if I think right by now the dad gets it, but at the beginning it had to be so weird watching your son play and you have no idea how the game works. Yeah, Hans Sama, there was a time where I would have put him A, but right now it's also the same as, like, he doesn't really make this standout play, he's always solid, he never hard ints or anything, always solid. I think Whippo is a bit better overall, so I will put him here, because it's still an insane player, just doesn't really stand out. And guys, I'm sorry, but this is the first D tier to me. I don't know if it's just not his tournament or I also didn't like his plays in LEC either, not at all. But I don't know if it's just because it doesn't fit the team, because in BDS he looked way better. Maybe it's the pressure to, now I'm in G2, now I have to deliver, it's a bit, in soccer it's the same. Some people get picked up young by, I say, Real Madrid, for example, and the pressure and the competition is so high that they just break and never really make it in those super teams, even though they were an insane talent, and I think this might be a problem for this guy. But oh my god, I keep seeing him hard in, get caught for no reason, engage the weirdest fights. In my opinion, he can't play enchanters at all. The only thing this guy can play is tank engagers. But let's see, maybe he will surprise us against Genji on Wednesday. But for now, I'm sorry, I will have to put him here. Okay, I left out these. Okay, Genji. Genius. Guys, Keen. This guy is, I don't know, I'm so happy for him that he finally won his first title last year, like MSI title. he was one of those players, a bit like, what was that soccer player that always was good but never won anything? Oh my god, I can't figure out the name right now. But this was this guy's story, you know, always one of the best, always on the top with the. And also, like this guy, the team he joined automatically was better, but never managed to win anything. And now finally he won something, and as I mentioned, they went 18-0, so their confidence has to be skyrocketing to the max. And they, like, if they don't, how can I describe it? The others can't win, they can only lose. You know what I mean? If they play on point, nobody will beat them. So the game is basically in their hands. If they don't choke, they win. And this guy's insane. Like, I just watched today, there's a YouTube channel, it's called Today on the Korean server, and he spectates the Korean player smurfing in NA. And it's so funny. I saw him playing Gangplank, and oh my god, he destroyed people so hard. Big fan of this guy, very interesting player. You know, the Koreans and the Chinese, it's so crazy watching them play. Because when I watch EU or NA or other leagues, you know, I always feel like, oh, he could have done this and better, or he could have done this better, or why did he do this and why did he do this? But with Chinese and Korean, it's usually always perfect. They just do everything perfect, and they also realize situations instantly. Like, let's say for example, you get ganked top, right? And maybe a new player, he would be like, oh my god, I have to retreat. I go back. Maybe I waste my ulti and my flash and another spell. Maybe if I have heal or whatever, to try to escape, but still end up getting killed. And these Koreans and Chinese players, they oftentimes in a split second realize all this, and instead of wasting all their stuff to try to escape, they just ult the minion wave or try to farm the minion wave. Then they get killed and it's over, but they don't lose too much because the lane state isn't fucked, because they got the lane, and it's only 300 gold and maybe some assist gold. And if you have TP up, you can TP to the lane back, and everything is easy. And this guy is a master of reading situations. But yeah, I don't want to talk too much now about this guy. Next Genji player, Kenyon. So, as I said, this guy to me is the best jungler, but Kenyon definitely second best jungler in the tournament. Maybe if this guy's 100 score, this guy's 99, you know. So, very, very solid jungler. Can't say anything bad about him. Just overall, always like scary to play against him, you know. Also won worlds once. So also has the confidence, has the experience, and yeah, just a game sense, you know. They can be 6k behind and still pull out an insane play. So yeah, so Kenyon is very, very solid player. Yeah, I think we can continue with the next one. Jovi. Okay, guys. So, guys, I told you I'm a T1 fanboy, but I'm not gonna be biased. So, everyone knows this guy's the best player right now. If there was one thing I had to criticize about him, and it's really just that one thing, always join the team fights with these champs. And yeah, this guy is just insane. Like he's like a robot. I can't even tell you. This everything he does is perfect. It's crazy. And I personally would say, when he lost Worlds or MSI or whatever, it was never his fault. He always performed, even though people like to clown on him and call him jokey or whatever. Guys, this guy is the best player right now. He's like a robot that is programmed. Then we have Ruler. Again, I don't want to put the entire Gen G roster on top, but it just is what it is. This guy is also almost perfect in everything he does. Also, no matter what team he was in, they always perform. Just very, very good. Like, I can't even tell you, as it for an AD carry, the spacing, the kiting, always, like, for example, with Lucian, how he combines the passive procs with his spells, it's just insane to watch. They really feel like robots that are programmed. It's so crazy how good this guy is. Absolutely insane. Also won Worlds once, won MSI, but with another team. Very, very good player. Just doesn't hard int or anything. Always calm and collected. This guy could be 0-10 and still wouldn't tilt. They just has this mindset. Yeah, very good player. Okay, and now maybe the only Gen G player I will not put into S tier, but still 100% into A tier, because even though maybe he doesn't do like the flashy Jovi plays or whatever, this guy still went 18-0 and still gapped pretty much every support except maybe one or two. So this guy, Kuro or Duro, Kuro was a jungler, I think. I don't know anymore, but I think his name is Duro. I wonder how they came up with those names anyway. I'm starting to think that all these players have Chinese and Korean names, and their English names or European names were given to them by Riot. It's almost like, it feels like it's like this. Yeah, so now the second Europe team. Okay, now this will be a bit harder because I want to do it fairly, So I would say this guy beats Bwipo. Just weirdest. In a way, they remind me of each other. Both are like this pocket, like champion playing wise. They both are known for having weird picks, and like this guy is. I think it's funny how emotional he gets playing, but I like it. I think we need more of this. And also the Spanish crowd is fucking fire, man. The Spanish crowd is insane. I wish they would do more games in Spain, even though me as a German, LEC is in Germany, but I'd still rather watch there was, I think it was one weekend where they went to Spain, and guys, I watched every single game because the atmosphere was so good, even though the fucking trumpet guy almost made me having a schizoic break. Or was that in France? I don't know. In one of the two events, there was a guy with a trumpet, and I almost lost it. But yeah, back to LoL. So this guy is solid top laner. Weird picks, but he can choke. And I think he can be affected by being tilted solid jungler. Definitely hard gap the G2 jungler in finals. But I will put him last place of 8 here. I say big part of the reason why this team works so well is just the chemistry also. It's an almost entirely Spanish team, and honestly I think like psychology plays a very big role. And I think if you are like 5 buddies basically, you play so much better because everything just works, and the communication, because you know in international teams, even if anyone speaks English, some speak very bad English. Each country has their own accent, different accents, and it can be hard, you know, but if everyone just speaks Spanish perfectly, that makes a big difference. So yeah, Jojo, the first NA import ever into EU, which is a huge compliment. Insane player. I like his cockiness. I think just as in UFC, League of Legends needs more like this. We need more trash talking, guys. Ain't nobody wanna hear the same self-motivational speak every single time. Yes, I thank you to my teammates, and I really worked hard and just give it my best. And oh my god, you know, we just need some trash talk also. So I really enjoyed watching this guy. And from the B tier list, he is definitely his first place for now. Super. Solid player. Never really hard ins. I would put him even in front of this guy. Yo, sorry guys, I misclicked by accident and closed the tier list. So yeah, so the super guy is super is pretty good, but he never really made like an ultra flashy play or anything, but very solid, not a hard inter by any means. Solid player, solid player. Now this Alvaro guy, guys, last year already and this year even more, this guy really surprised me. I think this is actually A tier. This guy might have a big future. I don't know if it's maybe only because of the team synergy, but dude, this guy pulled out some plays. Oh my god, like I remember one rel play that was insane, and Alistar also very good player, very good player. Oh, and you know, he has that X factor. He can be the guy that makes the flashy engage, or that one game changing engage. You know, sometimes they were 5k behind and he might have pulled out a sick engage. Yeah, I really like him, and he still has huge potential to get even better. So I wouldn't be surprised if this guy will be picked up by G2 or Fnatic one day. Okay, so the last team, of course, the tier list put those guys last. So now my favorite team, T1. And if you remember earlier, I said one of the T1 players unlocked a new buff, and it's him, Doran. He always was like the third best, like not always, let's say the past 3 years, he always was the third best top laner. You know, there was Keen, then there's one guy, he's called Zeus, he's not in the tournament, and then him. And there was a controversy this year with the manager of the T1 top laner kinda doing shady stuff and sold the player to another team. So T1 had to pick up this guy last minute because this guy was already in Gen G, the other guy was gone. So they basically had to settle with Doran Doran like the third best guy. And he really, really struggled the entire first half of the year. And then in the finals, or not in the finals, in the MSI qualifier run, he died to Crux once. Crux, for you guys that maybe don't know League of Legends, it's there's a jungle in the game, and in this jungle there are NPC characters which you can kill to get experience, and it's usually impossible to die to them, because they don't do any unpredictable stuff usually if there are no bugs. But this guy died to the NPCs, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, Doran!" And T1 is cooked. And after he died to them, he suddenly started smurfing every game, and like a madman, he really, really carried T1 in the last 2 games against KT and HLE, and I really, really was impressed. And if he can maintain this form, to me he's definitely A tier. And honestly, I mean, really just based on his I want to put him here. I still have to reduct some points because he really struggled over the year, but popped off in the finals. That's why I can't put him too high. But if he shows up, this guy can be S tier also. He also was in the Griffin team from back then. It's kind of crazy that all the earlier Griffin members still are top tier, everyone. 2 of the players aren't at MSI, but they both are very good also. And also, I love the meme because this guy was always known for being very good but never winning World. But he won LCK a lot of times in the past. And T1 really struggled winning LCK in the last years, but won Worlds twice. And there was like this meme that Doran will help SKT win regional, and SKT will help Doran win Worlds, And in a way, at least he brought them to MSI, so respect to him. Owner, clearly third best jungler in the tournament. There's no question about this. But he definitely can struggle. Man, I don't know. I don't want to be maybe too delusional with Caps, but I think Caps is a really, really one-of-a-kind player. I don't know if EU will ever have such a good player. I mean that the KC AD carry looks insane, but I don't know. So Owner, is he better than Caps? I would put him 1 behind Caps because Caps also achieved more, has more. No, not achieved. No, achieved more is wrong. Sorry, he did not achieve more. But he just has more experience, more Worlds appearances, MSI appearances, just more experienced. And I feel like Caps has more of those solo carry moments than Owner. Owner is a bit like, which was the guy where I said when his team is winning, I don't know, but basically when his team is winning, he's insane, and just snowballs. But I feel like from behind, it's hard for him to make an insane play. But still, guys, this guy won Worlds back to back, and zero disrespect to him. Like, he's very, very good. Honestly, I don't know if I maybe overrate this Knight guy, but oh my god, guys, this is so hard for me. I feel like I may be a bit biased with Caps. I would put him here, okay, or maybe here. Yeah, let's do it like this. Okay, now the GOAT of GOATs. No question about, if you're talking about all time, this guy's the best player ever, and everything anyone who says the opposite just hates for no reason, just because he wants to hate. But I want to stay realistic, right? This is still a realistic list. And he definitely is not S tier anymore. I'm sorry. He has really weird moments sometimes where he hard ins. It feels like maybe it's the meta of fearless draft, but I feel like the champions don't really fit him right now. But still, he is that X Factor guy. He was the reason why they didn't lose game 4 against BLG, why they even won Worlds in the first place. You could see it last year. He hurt his wrist for like 6 weeks. He was replaced by another guy. And T1 almost lost every game in that time. And I would say Faker is like the father, you know, and he has all these really, really talented players which are still rookies or younger, and he was like the, you know, the father who still kept everything together. And once he was gone, it fell apart. So guys, he also kept Knight in the finals. And, you know, because I want to turn off my bias, I will not put him in S, but definitely first place of A tier. You can't tell me anything else. Even though my heart wants, like if you would ask me, you know, personally, if I go from my heart speaking, I think I would put him here, honestly. Without, like, I can't deny Jovi's better, you know, but this would be my heart pick, and this would be my, I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible pick. Okay, 3 guys left. So, Gumayushi, very, very solid player. Like, if this guy shows up, insane. I know he may have struggled here and there, but every player can struggle, and you can't judge someone by some bad plays or days. And yeah, in the MSI qualifier run, he really, really showed up, and I think if this guy gets his full potential back, he can be even S tier again, like 100%. Yeah, and also because, you know, people always wonder what will happen once Faker retires, because there has to be the time has to come. I think he's 28 now, the oldest player by far, and many speculated that this guy will be the new face of T1. So I think they don't want to lose this guy, and that's also why I will talk about this guy soon. I think this is why they put him back into main roster, just because he kind of is the face. I mean, his interview at Worlds where he ate the baguette, how legendary was that? They gave him a huge, you know, Worlds was in France, and they gave him a huge croissant, not baguette, sorry, a huge croissant after the game, and they made him eat it, and he ate it like in the funniest way ever. He just ripped it in the middle, and I think every French person got a heart attack seeing that. And then he ate it and said, "It's good," and such a legendary moment. Immediately aura farmed, you know. I really like him, and I really like his gameplay. Maybe the only downside is I feel like his champion pool isn't the biggest, but still insane player. So now this guy's Smash. This is the other AD carry. Some teams bring a 6th player with them. So first of all, I don't know why this guy's in the tier list, because I'm pretty sure T1 said they are not going to take him with them to MSI. There was a lot of controversy. They subbed him in, and, you know, fans got really mad why honestly, this guy, don't sleep on this guy. Remember his name, Smash. You will see this guy pop off one day. Like, maybe it will be one of those cases that will be sold to EU, but I think he's so good he will stay in Korea. Like, I could imagine him getting picked up by Genji, HLE, or maybe even they keep him in T1 Academy, but it would be kind of weird to keep two insane talents like this. You know, at the end it's still a business, and you know how it works. It's so weird to talk about people like they are things, but the value this guy has right now is insane. So it would make sense from a market standpoint to sell him, because your other AD carry isn't like Faker. He's not super old. He still also has a huge career in front of him, you know. So let's see, but I would put him here. This guy's insane. And now, this will be the only T1 player I will definitely put in A tier. And to me, I would put him on third place. Like this guy, if he wouldn't have like this, like 1 in 50 games, he chokes super hard, and you don't even get why. It's almost like he doesn't want to be too good, you know. And that's the only reason why I put him here, because otherwise I would put him here. But this guy is so good. Of course, I said, you know, Faker carried them to Worlds or whatever, but if you watch the overall picture, the entire picture, this guy made so many insane plays. Just in the final alone, man, you could almost say him and Doran kinda carried the finals. The Poppy ults, oh my god, cinema. This guy's so good. He has such a crazy champion pool. It feels like this guy can play anything. Last year there was a phase where bot lane was just crazy. They played AD carry as AD carry and AD carry as support, and he played, I think, support Caitlyn, support Kalista, support Lee Sin, and you know, weird stuff like that. A lot of that was also because of Senna, you have to be fair, because fasting Senna was a thing, so you didn't farm with Senna and still got very good, and that allowed your support to farm, and that was why stuff like Lee Sin or champs like this was even possible. And also it's just such a disgusting lane bully to have 2 AD carries on lane, especially imagine having like, I don't know, Ashe Caitlyn. Like, how cancer is this? Slow poke from 5 million kilometers away. You have the snare, the stun traps. You have the slow from the Caitlyn E. You have the global spells. It's so cancer. But thank God that's not a thing anymore. Even though it made the game spicy. Honestly, I retract my statement. It's kind of sad. It's not like that anymore. I would like more diversity, but it was unhealthy for the game. Let's say it like this. It's the same as the Arden sensor meta or banner of command. It was just unhealthy for the game, so they had to remove it. Yeah, but Carrier, guys, I'm such a big fan. To me, best support on the planet right now. Such a creative guy and also such a wholesome guy. I felt so bad for him when he lost World's Finals 2022, because he really cares about the game, you know, and it shows in his gameplay. But now he finally won twice, and now I personally hope he makes it. He gets his first MSI title also, And yeah, this guy also has a huge career ahead of him. I can't believe that he's almost a veteran now. You know, he always used to be the rookie, but when I think back to the DRX days, that's almost 5 years ago now, so we can't even call him a rookie anymore, you know. By the way, is there any rookie here? Like this guy, probably the best rookie in this list. Yeah, I think that's the only real. I don't know how rookie this guy is, but yeah. So guys, that's my list. Please don't hate me. Please don't jump on me. Please don't find me and murder me for my opinions in towards League of Legends. In my other tier list video, I had some triggered guys in the comment, but I love it. Honestly, I love it. It's fun to me, and I never take things personal. You know, the League community is just very passionate about the game, and everyone thinks he knows everything and is the best and the smartest. You know, so it's always funny to argue with people. Yeah, but I still hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you like content like this. Maybe I will do another one like this. Maybe if we know the team changes after an MSI, maybe I will make a ranking of the new LEC teams and or stuff like that. If you want videos like this, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching. Love you guys, and until next time.